G'day traders, Sam here from Trade to Prosper. I'm here to give you my macro review on Aptos. And where do we start? We start from the macro and then we work our way down. While I go through this chart, I'll explain a few things, especially with the Elliot wave perspective, and then move into formation and so on. You need some background to trading, or especially the trading elements on the chart. If you're not familiar with those, you're going to struggle with this presentation. So let's begin. Aptos is one of those coins that I'm looking for in the long term. For fundamentals, it's one of those companies that has raised a lot of money for it, and it's likely to deliver Web3 solutions. So that's what I'm looking at. It's a punt, it's a gamble, but probably can't go wrong when you get the bottom. You should get some money back in the next year or two, especially in the bull run. So let's have a look at the Aptos. I did learn a few more things in the recent past, and it started to click with new strategies. So I'm just maturing my approach. I miss a few opportunities because I'm not there at the time. But anyway, one of those methods is bump and run, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, but you will see it here, for instance. As I go down, explain the chart, I'll talk about a few things that you can pick up on, especially like this and like that. And if you want to learn more detail, what ticks the box for the trade, then you need to subscribe to my online training. I'm not going to go into full education mode. I'm just going to give you some tips. The tips are relatively good for you, especially for the newbies. And anyway, let's go. So what we have is a number of perspectives. We cannot claim to be 100% right. No one can, especially with a moving target. So what I have here is, let's see, and the last one, where is that one there? Okay. There. Is this trend line relevant? Maybe. This trend line could be relevant. So what I do is I just put it there. I'll put it there, bit of a fake out. Either way, we'll see how that goes. What I did was Fibonacci extension. And in the past I've observed this, so it's one of my methods to be mindful of coincidences. They're not usually coincidences. So from the top, swing low, swing high to that level, we have the fib extension of 1, and then we get a good bounce. So fib extension of 1, 1.414 and 1.618, as you should know, are the main ones. So when you have that reference, you could probably go with it for a while. It's not enough though. So what you see is fib extension 1, a big bounce. So that ticks the box. So we will look for the fib extension 1.618, and guess what? It does match up. And then you look across, roughly, it matches up. So we found support there. When we break the 1.618, usually it goes to the next Fibonacci. I've noticed that on the way up and usually on the way down. It's just using this method. It's not enough though. So what we do is, okay, we've got confluence. So this level I'm interested in. That's my tick in the box. If you look at my V-chain presentation, you will see how my methodology works. Then I do the next Fibonacci. Let's see how we go. Let's just remove these at the moment. Okay, so that's the one. Then I apply my macro Fibonacci. Mind you, I'm trying to get over this cough. So what I do is I use, actually I should do the Elliot wave count first. Sorry guys, just go back a step. To me, not that one. Okay, where is the other one? Damn it. I thought I had it. Where is it? Oh, that's the one there. I'll just bring it down. So this could be the macro. So we have our macro wave 1 to finding support, wave 2. Wave 4 cannot go into wave 3. Okay. Oh, sorry, wave 1. It cannot. So it didn't. It fell short. So this could be wave 5. just actually give me a sec. Let's just do this one. Let's do the other one first. This one. Wave 2 to wave 3 is usually the strong one, and this is very evident. This is a strong move to the downside. So that is wave 2 and 3, and this capitulation. So I'm confident that the previous resistance can be a good bounce. And what I've done is, you can see how I put my Fibonacci, just line in the sand. There's nothing special about it. I can also do this as well, and I can go, okay, that could be it as well. And wave 3 to 4, I'm expecting a bounce, guys. This could be a bear flag. If this was a bear flag, as things develop, I can roughly tell if it's going to be going up, probably a wedge of some sort, and then come down, or some bear flag, and then we need a second clue before we can say this is going to be it or not. If we get a bounce, and what Bitcoin does at the time, we might get to that level there, and then that will be our main accumulation level potentially. If it doesn't work there, then it's going to drop one more level to this golden ratio, and we also have this as well. So what I'm going to do is, you can see my Fibonacci, my 1.272 is going to be a strong resistance, and our 1.414 is already acting as support. Worst case scenario, could go down to the 1.618. So if it comes worse down, we might see that as well. This is hypothetical we are looking at, and there's no way of knowing. We just need the clues as they come through. So my alleyway theory is, that's one of a few. The second one is that is a bigger move, and we could, let's do it, get my early wave count. If this is our 3 and 4, potentially, if it's a strong bounce, we might get a rejection there, and then potentially come down lower. It really depends on this bounce. Yeah, just what we see here. At the moment, it's too early. Like I said, this is equaling wave 5 at the moment, the way it's going. So wave 5, I do feel like it's going to go down. And that question is, what kind of bounce is this? If the bounce is to that level, then I use this Fibonacci, and again, and the 618, use a few areas. This is my level of interest for accumulation. If it's really bad, it will probably come down to this. But I've got my 618 there. Now, if we use another method and use the top to the bottom, and let's just put it could come down. So it could come to the 786 level, which is acceptable. Usually alts drop down a fair bit. 786 level from the top to down is acceptable. So this lines up as well. Worst case scenario, as I said, it comes down to this level here. But I'll be looking for wave 5 to come down here. It really depends on what takes place. So that's what I have at the moment. Here there are a fair bit of opportunities that we missed out on, because too many charts. This is the thing. My advice is pick a short number of tokens and just focus on them and concentrate on them intimately. That way, when there's an opportunity, you can short it. When you scatter yourself all over the place, you spread yourself out thin, and you can't track it, and you miss these opportunities. Unfortunately, I'm guilty of that. I said to myself, I won't do that, but I'm still doing it. So that's a tip for you guys. That was a trend that could have been, so you can see how that was a free touch, and then support, and look how it breaks down. So this is invalidated now. However, long-term wise, it might come into play for a trade. So we leave it there. Just put it thin, even thinner with some lines. Make it lighter so it doesn't really get in the way. The other aspect is, okay, if we get that line across, we just bring it across with the bottoms and see how that goes as well. Just a channel. See how that works out. At the moment, that channel works out. We've got a touch there. From there, it's probably more of a wedge. than anything else. So we probably get something like that. That could be it as well. And this middle section, and probably do this, have a middle section as well. This is just guessing. No way to know. But we have that point there as well. So we'll try and make it even. Is there some relevance? Maybe that might do it. However, let's just try this one. Make it more. The top one doesn't usually count. So that's the first touch, second touch. If this was to bounce, we might get a rejection along those lines as well. So we have our first point. The bump and run strategy, which is this. Give us a sec. Not that one. Damn it, where is it, that one? Okay, so this was a grind line. This is the bump and run strategy. You found the support, you get the bump, we got the downtrend, we get the bounce, key level, beautiful opportunity, missed out, and then you get a bounce on a particular level, whatever it is, you establish a trend line. And then we have two here. This horizontal one's more important, so you get the bounce. Not much support, you can see that. So you wouldn't expect this to be strong. You wouldn't. And it's probably the 618 level. So from there to there, perfectly 618, rejection, and then down. So the bump and run strategy, the last stages, and when it breaks the supporting slope and the horizontal, when it breaks that, especially from initial downtrend, then you could short. That short would have, if I picked that up, I could have really done 60% profit, because we're looking at what the cycle, and the cycle here is, always remember the three. That's 1, 2, 3. So that could be it. That could be it. Tell you the truth. We'll go one more potentially. So this one is actually 1. I wouldn't count that one. So let's go back again and let's do that again. So we got our first cycle, second cycle, third cycle. Yeah. Now even more convincing. Might come down like that. Third cycle, trend line, wedge formation. Not the best wedge formation I'm drawing. But you can see that potentially, if this goes like that, and we get another supporting trend line, some sort, last bit, and that's perfect. That will be a perfect position. That is what I'm looking at, just by using this strategy, this methodology. So, what convinces you to think that way? All right, let's have a look at Bitcoin dominance, really. So let's just, let's do this. I'll pause it and bring up the Bitcoin dominance chart. So here's our Bitcoin dominance chart. I was talking about this yesterday. It was roughly around there, and I said it's a breakout, and soon after the V-chain presentation, it went. So that's very strong. It was showing that it's going to break out. Like, it did a reversal, and usually that's a fake out in most cases. And you can see how it works on a regular basis. It breaks down the previous level. This is just crypto in general. So the fact that Bitcoin dominance is doing is amazing as well. So what we have here, so I do believe Bitcoin dominance is going to continue on. See that level? We're almost broken above it. We went up and then pulled back, but I think it's just going to continue on. These are the levels I'm looking at for Bitcoin dominance based on this macro formation. Just by using Fibonacci, if that's our 1, 0, we've got these extensions. So we might get Bitcoin dominance up here, and then that's where the alts are likely to be alt season. Sort of lines up with my bottoming of the alts as well. So the odds are still likely to drop further down, like Aptos. When I look at Bitcoin, yes, I was talking about this, I think, and on my presentation. So let's just see. I did have a trade, and sure enough, I did say it will go below that. Yes, beautiful. So I did. Unfortunately, I went to bed. I took profit there, and I got stopped out there. So I suppose it's all right. But I should have taken a close. I was shorting it. So bummer. This might look like a formation of some sort, but it's undecisive. And I did say that this will. So when you see something break down, it's usually anything that breaks down with a wick, usually reverses with a wick, and then you see how that drops. So that's a swing failure pattern, guys. Be familiar with Bitcoin swing failure patterns. It's all over the place. I got a video that talks about this and talks about that on my online training. I'm going to make this as an example for new students. It's a skill I picked up recently from Chart Champions, so I'm going to leave it at that. Give him a plug. He's very good at it, and I'm learning off him. So, and Tether. Let's see what Tether's doing. Tether's our main indicator. So, yep, we've finished with Aptos. We finished with that presentation. I'm just going to look at Tether dominance. So let's just go, and yeah, it's starting to drop down. I did say that was a top, so there's likely to be some gains. How much of a gain though? Let's look at this. I do look, when I said last time on one of my presentations, this was the bottom for accumulation for Bitcoin and so on. So I have a feeling that this is going to still go up again. This is the main resistance. We're going to consolidate under this main resistance, but see how this has gone up, see how that's gone up. I have a feeling that the alts are going to get wrecked a bit more. That, when it lines up to there, it's a good entry, guys. It's going to be a good indicator. Any further is extremely oversold. That is capitulation in a major way. But there's no reason why. You can see that formation as well. It's scary. But surely we're going to have another big move. I was talking about this in the past, and I had something like that potentially up there. So if I was to move this and say, okay, this is a measured move, damn it, it could probably even go up to that level there. So that's here we go. Next buy zone, capitulation. For whatever reason, there you go, 1.618. So it might go up there and then come back down. So if it does that, that's pretty much Bitcoin dropping a lot in the alts. So that's a wrap, guys. My voice is getting husky. I need to cough, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully it gives you some insight to how I approach this market, what tools I look at, Tether, dominance, and Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the God token, so there's no point of trading without looking at that in particular and having a guess at what it's likely to do. So please give me a like and share, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.